Hi, Davey again. How are you doing today? So let's do something really simple here. We're going to talk about the concept of pure function, right? We're covering a set of functional programming concepts that are some of them quite difficult, others are much simpler, and I hope the concept of pure function for you will be quite easy. What is basically pure function? How would you define pure function in a really simple way? In programming, you have two fundamental things. Basically, you're building a system that's gonna have input, and then we'll have hopefully an output. If there is no input, then your system is basically that closed box that spill out some stuff from time to time, and you don't really have a clue of what is happening in there, right? You don't want that black box without a door that just send you information and you don't really know based on what that information was created. If the system has a door but then not a way to send the data and not no output, same thing. You're basically in a situation where you can put things in there in that system and you don't actually get things coming out of it. So this is basically the concept of pure function. A pure function is basically a function that takes argument and then has an output. So you have input and then the output, and strictly speaking, the input and the output are tightly correlated, right? It means that if you give it the same input a zillion time, it's gonna return you the same output a zillion time, right? So that concept there is really important. Now let's look at some example right here. The first one is this example. So as you can see here, we have property name on Windows, and then I gave it I assign it a different value, which you shouldn't actually do because this is a property on Windows. So if you change that, if you mutate that, you can damage a lot of bad written program that leverage this Windows name, right? But then look at what we do here. We have a function hello that says hello, and that function there basically says hello and then the name of that is being assigned over there. So here my question to you is the hello function pure or not pure function? That's the question. Well, I hope right away you saw that, hey, this is not pure. Why is not pure? Because first, well, there is no argument coming in there. That is already one thing. And then second, the output, the return value here only depends on the return value here only depends on a variable that is declared outside of the function, right? So that is not really a pure function, right? So this one by default is right away you exclude that as not pure function, right? I don't know if you actually say not pure function, but hey, let me make sure that you understand the fundamental concept that I'm trying to convey here. So how could you fix that? Well, actually here, if you run hello and then you look at the what comes out of it, you're going to see that it's working, right? It says hello Hackage's learning platform. Yeah, you should go there and get some amazing learning material. But what is important here is, well, how do you fix this? Yeah, to fix it, what we're going to do here is actually to create a function that is actually pure. And the way you do so is to say, okay, let me actually copy this. It will probably be much faster. And then let's call it pure function here. And then in this case, I actually gotta receive a name right here. Let's make it a string. And instead of using the window here, I'm just gonna pass it this way, right? Now, if I call hello pure here and then I pass Hackage's learning platform, and then just look at it from this perspective right here, you're going to see that it works really well. That is a way you make sure that this is a pure function. Another example that you can actually look at is you have a function, for example, that says get data, and that function there, if you do something like fetch here, already by fetching something like an external external data on an endpoint, this is not a pure function. Another way of a way you can think about it is if you have in here something that does something like console log data, and then you start doing something with that data, that console log here makes your code, make that function get data non-pure, right? So you want to get data, give it some argument, and then return something based on that is basically based on the args that were passed, right? So that's basically the concept of pure function. And just a quick bonus for you here. What do you think we have here? Pure or not pure? Guess what? I'll let you think about it, and I see you tomorrow on another video. I'm gonna show you this concept of side effect and how side effect is basically, you can think of it as the opposite of pure function, but sometimes, a lot of times in functional programming, we need the side effect to actually do some crazy things like IO operations, in and out operation. I'll see you tomorrow. Cheers, people. Bye.